Identity 5 is that one game that feels like it's personally trying to give you stage 4 cancer in just 1 month. Seriously, how many times has your rank match turned into a flaming dumpster fire? And not because you suck, well, maybe a little, sure, but mostly, it's because the most terrifying hunter in all of IDV decided to show up. This hunter is so overpowered, even other hunters run for their lives. But hey, let's put the trauma aside for a sec. Sometimes I sit down and ask myself, how do I enjoy this game without ending up needing therapy the next morning? Luckily, Identity 5 isn't just about rank. Not sure about those rank addicts who treat rank like their daily cup of coffee, by the way. But for us casual clowns who play to have fun instead of losing brain cells, there's actually a lot of chaos to enjoy. We've got tarot mode, copycat, minigames, and that English one-channel chat, which is basically a live comedy show, and of course, duo hunters. Today, we're gonna talk about that last one. Duo hunters, in theory, is a mode where 8 survivors are supposed to run away from 2 hunters. Cute, right? In reality, though, it usually turns into 2 poor hunters desperately trying to survive non-stop harassment from 8 survivors who all think they're John Rambo. And believe me, in Duo Hunters, everyone is a harasser. Even sweet, angelic Helena turns into a professional bully. Anyway, despite all the clownery, I absolutely love this mode. Today, we're gonna spill the tea on the good, the bad, and the downright ugly sides of Duo Hunters. And while we're at it, I'll also dish out my personal hot takes on which characters are absolute MVPs and which ones might as well stay in the chair. So grab your popcorn and let's get into it, besties. As someone who plays this game purely for the laughs, I honestly couldn't care less about tips, sweaty strategies, how to kite this hunter, how to chase that survivor, or how to calm down after rage quitting a rank match. Nope, none of that is on my mind. For me, this game exists to have fun, and Duo Hunters is basically the ultimate playground. I mean, look at it. In Duo Hunters, you can play without worrying about losing your precious badge or rank points. That means all those strict play properly rules, gone. You can finally let your inner gremlin out. Want to harass every hunter who gave you trauma in the past 24 hours? Go for it. Feel like slugging a random little girl for messing up your match? Well, I wouldn't recommend it morally, but let's be real. It happens all the time in Duo Hunters. This mode is pure chaos, a place where everyone can be themselves. Whether you want to practice, go feral for fun, or just blow off steam, it's all fair game. And because of that, Duo Hunters saves you from constantly being on edge, overthinking every move, or obsessing over that sweet, sweet victory. It lets you breathe. It's all about fun. Not frustration, not migraines, and definitely not dropping F-bombs at your screen, because your perfumer decided to perfume straight into the hunter's arms. That's why, in my opinion, the best thing about Duo Hunters is that it's the ultimate stress reliever in this game. But let's say you're one of those serious types who plays IDV like it's an Olympic sport. Duo Hunters can still work for you too. Let's say you want to master Vera, Margie, LG, or even Vin Diesel. Duo Hunters is the perfect lab. In quick matches, you can practice kiting hunters, but the downside? You only get 2 chances before you're flat on your back, staring at the sky. In Duo, though, you get 3 chances to get smacked around before you finally go down. That extra life is chef's kiss. You can kite longer, pull off more risky plays, and show off your inner Vin Diesel energy. Sure, maybe you can only kite in certain maps, or maybe your teammates will throw and ruin your whole show. But hey, that's just part of the clown fiesta. Same thing goes for hunters. Because survivors have 3 lives before they get permanently benched, you can chase them longer and practice your mind games even more. More practice means more experience, and more experience means, well, maybe slightly less stress when rank time comes around. The results might still be tragic if Red Ping decides to crash the party, but let's just not think about that right now. The last thing I want to shout out about the good side of Duo Hunters is the waiting time. And oh boy, this is a big one. You see, in Identity 5, the waiting time is usually the biggest scam in human history. They'll tell you approximate waiting time, 2 minutes, but it feels more like 2 hours, long enough for you to cook noodles, take a shower, spiral into an existential crisis, and come back, only to get slapped by red ping or terrible teammates, and lose anyway. But in Duo Hunters? Nah, that nonsense doesn't live here. In Duo Hunters, the waiting time actually stays true to what it says. When it says 10 seconds, it really means 10 seconds. You blink, and boom, match found. It's beautiful. It's like finally finding a friend who actually shows up on time instead of ghosting you for 3 hours. So yeah, overall, Duo Hunters is the perfect place to vibe when you want to play for fun or just practice without losing your sanity. Sure, it has a few downsides, such as you can't play on certain maps, and some hunters are banned from the party. But who cares? This mode was made for fun, not for sweaty rank tryhards. Nothing feels too unbalanced when the whole point is to mess around and laugh your stress away. While Duo Hunters has its good sides, it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. Some players might not find it fulfilling at all, whether for fun or for practice, and there are a few reasons why. First of all, certain hunters are completely banned from Duo Hunters. Yeah, I'm talking about Joseph, Alva, Kaigan, Percy, Jeffrey, and our lovely Jelly Queen Yidra. Joseph, Alva, and Keegan got kicked out because their abilities delay cipher progress like crazy. Imagine trying to finish a match, and these guys keep dragging it on longer than you stalking your ex's Instagram at 3 a.m. I mean, I don't know if there are other secret reasons, but to me, that's the biggest one. As for Yidra, well, thinking about it, she basically turned the game into a laggy PowerPoint presentation. Just imagine 8 survivors getting chased around by 8 mini-hunters at the same time. The game would probably collapse, your phone would catch fire, and your soul would ascend before the first cipher even pops. Percy and Jeffrey? Well, I bet you know better as to why they got banned from this mode. Because of this, Duo Hunters might feel like a giant no-entry sign for some hunters. It can be a big letdown, especially for those who wanted to get revenge on an Alva for that 30-minute rank torture session, or for survivors who just wanted to practice juking that annoying camera uncle. Another downside of Duo Hunters is the sad reality that you're stuck with only 4 maps: Lakeside Village, Ever Sleeping Town, Leo's Memory, and Moon River Park. That's it! You'll basically become a walking Google Maps for these places if you play Duo Hunters more than Quick or Rank. But since you're always stuck with the same 4 maps, the mode gets repetitive fast, and eventually, boredom starts kicking down your door. Honestly, this is just plain frustrating. Like, hello? Why can't we add more maps to Duo Hunters? We've got some massive, beautiful maps lying around. Kryberg Racecourse, Chinatown, and that iconic Golden Cave where Norton tried to go full Michael Bay and blow it all up. But nope, after all these years, we're still stuck with the same old 4. It's giving neglected child vibes. Another thing that makes Duo Hunters a bit meh for some people is the repetitiveness of the mode itself. Now, for folks like me who treat Duo Hunters as a chill zone, it's a dream come true. No need to play like your life depends on it. No sweaty rank grind, just pure chaos and fun. But for the competitive crowd, they're probably crying in the corner. You see, these are the players who live for that adrenaline rush, who get high off climbing tiers and flexing badges for, personal satisfaction, if we can call it that. Duo Hunters just doesn't offer that kind of thrill. Sure, it might work as a quick breather after a rage-inducing rank grind, but beyond that, nothing to gain, no points, no glorious rewards, no dopamine hit from seeing your rank climb. And when you mix that with the same maps and the same mode over and over again, yeah, it turns into a snooze fest for them real quick. For the players who live for competition and love destroying everyone in rank matches, aka the high achievers, Duo Hunters is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Another thing to add to the bad side list for Duo Hunters is that, even though the waiting time is lightning fast for survivors, it can be a whole different nightmare for hunters. I don't know why or how this happens. Maybe the matchmaking gods just hate hunters. But as a survivor main, I can tell you matches pop up super quick for us. Still, in general, Duo Hunters' waiting time is way better than those rank matches where you could literally age 10 years before you get a game. And then there are some classic complaints from the fanbase about Duo Hunters. Survivors always love to whine that the hunters double team them. Like, bestie, we all know running from one hunter is already a horror movie on its own. Now imagine running from two. It's basically an apocalypse simulator. I wouldn't be surprised if some survivors start cursing the hunters to have their toilet break down mid-squat as revenge for double teaming them. But hey, it's not like hunters are living their best life either. In Duo Hunters, and it's like survivors, forget they're supposed to decode and just become professional harassers. Sometimes it feels like no one's decoding, or worse, everyone's decoding at hyperspeed. A hunter might finally catch a survivor after sweating buckets, and guess what? By the time they finally chair that one unlucky soul, there are only 2 ciphers left out of 7. Seriously? In rank, we'd at least have 3 ciphers left, but new? Duo Hunters love speedrunning the entire game like they're auditioning for a world record. And that's not even the worst part. Sometimes, every survivor on the map decides they're John Rambo. Thanks to that telephone booth that works like a magic Doraemon pocket, they can get whatever they want. And their absolute favorite item? That one bullet pistol that destroys not only the hunter's body but also their mental health. Imagine getting shot by 7 different survivors in one match, leaving you crawling around like a sad mosquito in a bug zapper. Even Martha, who already has her built-in flare gun, will happily run around buying a second one like she's stocking up for a zombie apocalypse. At this point, Martha should just change her job title from coordinator to gunslinger. And let's talk about Helena. This woman is blind, and she still runs around popping off shots like John Wick. The real comedy? Helena somehow manages to have better aim than the actual gun-carrying Martha. I swear, Helena must have echolocation or something because those shots are suspiciously accurate. Lastly, the cherry on top of the clown cake, the teammates. With 8 survivors, you'd think people would work together and focus on the ciphers, since there are more of them and more ciphers to pop! But no, someone always decides to go AFK, leaving the team to carry their dead weight. And if you think that's bad, imagine having an AFK hunter. What started as 2 hunters hunting 8 survivors quickly turns into one poor hunter chasing 8 angry ducks. The moment survivors realize one hunter is AFK, they flip the switch from scared baby deer to vengeful street gang mode and start their vengeance. The lone hunter? They can't even surrender right away. They have to sit there, crying in the corner, waiting for their AFK buddy to finally come back and hopefully hit that sweet, sweet surrender button. At that point, Duo Hunters doesn't feel like a mode anymore. It's an open season hunting event, and the hunter is the main attraction. So yeah, while Duo Hunters is pure chaos fun for some, it can definitely feel like a full-on survival horror game for others, but not in the way expected. Enough chat about the good and bad sides of Duo Hunters. At the end of the day, people are gonna play it if they vibe with it, and skip it if they'd rather keep their rank climbs up. Instead, let's spill some tea on my personal takes for the best characters to bring into this chaotic mode. Remember, this is totally my opinion, so if you disagree, congratulations, you're valid too. Let's start with the survivors. I picked my top 3 MVPs: Doctor, Priestess, and Toy Merchant. First up, we have Dr. Emily Dyer, who is basically the ultimate medic, combat nurse, or if you want to get dramatic, Florence Nightingale on steroids. In Duo Hunters, with 8 survivors running around like headless chickens, hunters struggle to focus on chasing just one person. Everyone and their mom comes to help each other. Imagine a naiad chasing Vera, and suddenly Patricia pops up out of nowhere, smacks a curse on Naiad's forehead, and dips. Now Naiad has to whack the enchantress before she even remembers what she was doing with Vera. After that chaos, Patricia is limping away, right? And who's there to patch her up like a loyal paramedic? That's right, our girl Emily. While Naiad is busy trying to pick which target to smack, Emily slides in, heals Patricia, and lets her get back to bullying the hunter. And in Duo Hunters, since everyone has 3 lives, healing takes more time, which makes Doctor even more clutch. From personal experience, I've hit 18 heals in one match. At that point, I was basically a mobile ambulance with a stethoscope. Next, we have Fiona Gilman, the Priestess. who's basically a cockroach in cosplay form. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere. Her ability to open portals and teleport all over the place makes hunters want to uninstall on the spot. And the best part? She can drag her teammates through those portals too, turning every chase into an absolute fever dream. Last but definitely not least, Anne Lester, our toy merchant queen. Sure, her catapult can be a bit wonky. Sometimes you fly like a majestic eagle, other times you faceplant straight into a wall. But the real game changer is her item throwing ability. Anne is like Amazon Prime with express delivery. She can toss game-changing items to survivors stuck in tough spots. Imagine you're chilling on a rocket chair, Bonbon is camping you, ready to turn you into mashed potatoes with his bombs. And then, out of nowhere, a rugby ball lands in your lap. Suddenly you're dashing away like a football star, leaving Bonbon looking confused and betrayed. That hero who saved you? That's Anne, baby! Seriously, if you want to live your best chaotic life and ruin some Hunter's Day while you're at it, these three will not disappoint. Now that we've spilled all the tea on the survivors, it would be totally unfair to leave the hunters out of the spotlight. Though, if I'm being real with you, I don't play hunter that much. I mean, I main Galatea, but even then, my statue timing? Tragic. My statue placement? Even worse. Let's just say I make modern art sculptures instead of hitting survivors. So for this, I'll talk about the hunters who've personally terrorized me the most as a survivor. Again, this is 100% my perspective. So if you disagree, oh, that's your right as a fellow traumatized player. First up, Wu Chang. He might not be the scariest in Quick Match, especially once you know how to counter him. But in Duo Hunters, this man becomes a nightmare fuel deluxe. His umbrella teleport lets him zoom across the map like he's DoorDash delivering pain. Priestess might think she's clever opening portals left and right to save her friends, but Wu Chang laughs in teleport. The moment he figures out your location, he can just yeet his umbrella and pop up behind you like a horror movie jump scare. Convenient for him, absolutely terrifying for us survivors. Next we have Hullabaloo. His normal attack range might be about as disappointing as my love life, but don't let that fool you. With his doppelganger skill, he turns into a budget Naruto, except his Talk no Jutsu is replaced with Zap no Escape. The scariest part? He has no cooldown between attacks when he's latched onto someone. Once he locks on, you better hope your friends come save you ASAP, because otherwise it's basically GG and you're going straight to the rocket chair. Finally, the ultimate terror in Duo Hunters for me, Axe Boy. For the same reason as Wu Chang, Axe Boy can chase you across the entire map thanks to his spooky tree expressway. Sure, rookie Axe Boys might just give you a free cardio session, but pro Axe Boys? Oh no! These guys can hunt you down no matter how far you run. And don't even get me started on his camping. A good Axe Boy can camp a chair like a pro gamer camping spawn points. As a Dr. Main in Duo, rescuing from an Axe Boy feels like performing open-heart surgery blindfolded. In contrast to him, rescuing against Galatea, Mary, or even Haster feels like a casual beach vacation. For context, I usually do clutch rescues in Duo against strong campers like Bonbon and Galatea. But Axe Boy? He's the dark horse of Duo Hunters. Quiet, underrated, and suddenly you're knocked down. So, there you have it, the chaotic roller coaster that is Duo Hunters. From its stress-relieving, no strings attached fun to its rage-inducing moments that make you want to uninstall on the spot, this mode really has it all. Sure, it has its downsides, such as repetitive maps, banned hunters, AFK teammates turning your game into a horror show. But at the end of the day, it's pure, messy, and surprisingly fun. Play it if you vibe with the chaos. Skip it if you'd rather not lose more hair. In the end, it's all about how you choose to enjoy this beautifully unhinged game. Thanks for watching. This is Silmina, signing off.